We're just gonna ignore the fact that I'm looking like Trump right now.
Que soy yo fuego, no jugo, juegos, habla español, pero pequeño me pele, es negro, que son muchos negros, pero negros de más el dinero, el peso de enero, el peso de enero, el peso de enero, yo quiero el peso de enero. Let me stop now, you know I'm international, only speak Spanish when I feel it's rational, pass you the gas, cause I'm trying to gas you up.
Hey guys, it's Jericho, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing I hope I got everything that I need in front of me. I'm doing a I'm doing a foundation routine for dry skin. I'm not gonna say I feel like I've mastered it, but I do feel like I've come a long way with discovering what works for my skin, what doesn't work for my skin. And that is the hardest part about makeup, is trying to figure out what kind of skin you got, what products work good with your skin, what products don't work good with your skin. Like, it's literally a guessing game all day long. It's really irritating. I can say I've been doing makeup, not professionally or anything, but I've been doing makeup for a while, and I still have my struggles. Still don't know exactly 100% what I'm doing, but I know a little bit. I don't know anything about skincare. I'm not an expert at skincare. I'm not even gonna claim to be, but you know, I'm starting to realize what products work for me and what products don't. So I already did my face routine earlier. I did my cleanser. I did an exfoliator today, which I had not done in a while. Then I did my toner, which I'm using witch hazel, which is clearing up these dark spots on my face from having acne. Like, I really have to stop picking at it. Thankfully, I don't have an issue with acne until it's that time of the month. I'll get like one bump here and there, and I just can't help myself. Like, when it has a whitehead, I just have to pop it. Like, I just can't walk around with these witch bumps. So I really need to focus on not peeling and popping. Like, I have an obsession with popping and peeling, so don't judge me, okay? Before I do my lashes, and well, I'm gonna put concealer on my eyes because I want my face to be like all one color. But before I do my eyes, I want to put this Milani Prep and Soothe face oil on my face. This is just gonna count for additional moisture because I did my face routine earlier today. So, you know, my face is really smooth and stuff, but I just want to make sure I have like backup moisture, if that makes sense. And while this is soaking my skin, I'm going to be applying the concealer to my face, to my eyelids, doing my winged eyeliner, and then doing my lashes because that takes the longest. Alright, you guys, so now that everything is done, my eyes are done, my hair looks like garbage, but it's okay, this is not a hair video. So I'm going to go in with my primers, which are my new faves and ultimates. First thing I go in with is a hydrating primer. Both primers I use are hydrating, okay, because I realize my skin is really dry in the summer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this in the summer, in the winter. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this routine in the summer or not because my skin tends to get a little, my skin gets oily only when I have on foundation, I noticed. So, but I know I have dry skin, so I definitely need moisture in my life. So first primer I like to go in with is a Fenty Beauty primer. I ended up having to go buy it because it's just that good. Like, it is amazing. And I also wore I did this routine when I was in Mexico, which, you know, it's really hot there. I didn't have on foundation in Mexico, but I did have on like my concealer and stuff, and my face just looked so good for hours, and it was hot out there. So I know that my skin really appreciated having moisture. And I also, you know, use sunscreen on my face first. This Walmart sunscreen, it was like 80% or something, I don't know. But having this just really helped. Another thing that just came out that is my new holy grail is the Benefit Professional. You guys know I love the Benefit Professional, the regular Professional, but it's matte. So they came out with a hydrating one, and this is amazing, but you got to be careful with this because if you apply too much, it does flake. So I realized that, you know, I have to just use small dots of this. So, and I only use this in my cheek area because that's the only area where I have large pores. So I don't use this all over my face, but I just put it on like this because any more than that, it will flake. Like I noticed that yesterday, I went a little overboard with it and it was flaking, and I'm like, ew. Now that we're done with our face is moisturized, we use moisturizing primers. Now I'm gonna go in with foundation that I know does not match, okay? Disclaimer, I know this foundation doesn't match. I bought this foundation, it's the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation. It's amazing, I love it, but I ordered it online and it was not the right shade, and I went to Ulta to try and get a good shade, and I realized that none of the shades match me at all. This is the closest to me, so I'm using it even though it's a little dark, but you know, by the time I do like my highlight and contour and stuff, it doesn't look dark, but it's definitely not my shade. But you know, we're just gonna pretend, okay? What we always do on my channel, we're going to pretend like we don't see that it doesn't match. Okay, so I'm gonna apply the foundation with this, buff it in with this, and then go in with the Beauty Blender last to make sure it's all blended out. Let's just make sure it's like a nice even coat. We're just going to ignore the fact that I'm looking like Trump right now. We're just going to continue to do everything. Like I said, once I've done my highlight and contour, it doesn't look so bad. So we're just going to go with the flow, okay? We're going to go with the flow. We have the foundation on. You know, it's nice, and the velvety matte goodness that I love. Ugh, like that's why I wish I could find my match with that foundation, but I just can't. So now I'm going in with the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I'm in the color Mocha, and on top of that I'm going to go in with my ColourPop in Dark 42. This is like my favorite matte concealer right now, and this is also a hydrating concealer, so this is good to use. It doesn't crack, it keeps my concealer on all day. It's just flawless. Like I said, I used this in Mexico as well, and it was just so good. Another thing I've noticed with this foundation, with this concealer, it works best when you've let it set a while. So while I'm letting it set, I'm going to do my contour. As you can see, like my face isn't looking all dried and matte, like at least not till I set it, but it's not looking like dehydrated because of the primers that I use. So I'm really liking that, because y'all know I love a matte face, but I don't want like a matte, dehydrated, dry, cakey looking face. So now I'm going to go on with the ColourPop Dark 40, no filter concealer in Dark 42. Now I'm going to set my face using a Sacha Buttercup. I'm not going to bake, I'm just going to press. I'm gonna take a brush and dust this away. Whatever is left is kind of like dust it away, which is not really anything to dust away because we used we pressed it into their skin. We didn't bake, so they just look flawless. Like the face looks so good right now. Okay, so now that we've done that, what I'm gonna go in next is something that I'm just not really trying. I'm not really sure how I feel about it because I haven't used it enough to know, but I've heard great things about it. It's the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. I got it in the color Deep. I did have Deep Ebony, but then I ended up taking that back because that was just too dark. So I'm just gonna tap my brush in here, tap off the excess, and then like dust over my face. So this is our face right now. It looks really good, and of course my smile line is about to peek through. Y'all already know my struggle with my smile line. It's just, it is what it is. It's just gonna happen. So I kind of like going with my nail and just, you know, get the excess out of there because it's just going to show through no matter what. Now it's time to powder, contour, or bronze. And what I like to use is the Real Techniques blush brush for bronzer and the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Cocoa Naughty. So then what I like to do is, you know, I love a brow bone highlight. I'm using my Morphe highlighter, which is my favorite highlighter, Mirage. And put that on my lid, on my eyebrow bone. I don't know about anybody else, but I love popping cheeks. Like I love the way it looks. Okay, so basically my face is done. The only thing left is to do is highlighter. But first, before I do that, I'm going to spray my face with some Fix Plus, cover my eyebrows. Okay, so one thing about the Fix Plus, I love that it makes your face look smooth, but then I have to go back in with powder because it's a little too dewy for me. Like it makes me look dewy and I don't like dewy. You guys know, I don't know what it is. I just do not like a dewy face. Like I hate it. So I'm gonna go back in with some powder really quick. And just kind of make those areas, like I like to be matte under my eyes. Like I don't like to be looking shiny. And then brush it away. Now I think I'm gonna be different. I think I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place highlighter, Nefertiti. It's like I bought it, I need to start using it. Stop being prejudiced towards my Morphe. But I just love packed highlighters better. But there's nothing against loose highlighters. They're great for eyeshadows, and they're really, really pretty. Okay guys, this is the finished look. Okay, so my face is nice and hydrated and moisturized. And for my lips, I did the ColourPop pencil, my NYX liquid suede in cashmere silk, and then I went in on top, well I put concealer on, and then went in with the Infallible Pro Gloss in the color 815, which is barely nude, which I really like. So this is it for my foundation routine. This is for dry skin. If you have dry skin and you do this routine, your makeup is going to look flawless all day long. So make sure you have moisturizing, you know, do your face routine, your skincare. Make sure you use a good moisturizer, a good hydrating moisturizer, and then use hydrating primers, especially if you're going to be using matte foundations. Even though I use the matte foundation, but I had hydrating concealer as well. So when you're dry skin, you got to hydrate really well before you put on foundation, and have good hydrating primers, and your skin will not be looking cakey, it won't be looking peely. So if you do this, I promise you, your skin is gonna look bomb. So if you guys like this video, I hope you guys thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Snapchat. Thank you to all my new followers and subscribers who have subscribed to my page. I am genuinely grateful for you. But that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day.